Hello, beautiful people. It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video, still on the Blake Lively and the Justin Baldoni situation. We're going to check this video together. This is from Candice Owens, and I love your thoughts and your contribution at the end of the video. Let's dive right in. And we start now.
Blake Lively is going to have to deliver her pound of flesh for a simple favor too. And this is going to be very interesting to watch. I think already, obviously, her PR team is trying to make it look like she's a victim and she's scared. Like, come on, dude. She's not terrified of anything. She popped up on an A-list red carpet to an event that she was not required to be at in the form of the SNL 50th anniversary. And there's a bunch of celebs there, and her husband told a joke. So this is kind of trying to make the public feel bad. Like, oh my gosh, she now has anxiety about going out in the public. And like I said, sometimes your actions have to meet up with your consequences. They gotta.
Exactly. And more so, of all the places you decided to go for your public appearance or whatever, you did not see to go someplace that will at least set the mood at place. You went to comedy, and yet you are doing what? Emotional distress. And the place of all place you went to go is comedy, and you want the public to believe that you are having anxiety. You cannot even keep up. You cannot keep up. Maybe they did not give a master class in that for you to keep up the charade, to say, to gain public attention and to gain sympathy from the public. You have to keep up, maintain it so that people would have sympathy for you. You went to comedy where they are laughing. Do you think in comedy they just go there and watch picture? They go there to laugh. Somebody who is having anxiety, when you show in public, are you not supposed to go to a place that will match your story? You went to comedy, you went to a place that they are laughing.
Consequences. They got to run into each other occasionally, right? And then you just introduce them and go, yeah, hey, we actually are kind of related. And so the Daily Mail is running this headline saying that she's terrified. She's absolutely terrified, you guys, ahead of the Simple Favor premiere. The insiders, otherwise known as her PR firm, are wanting people to know that she's terrified. But what's interesting is thinking about how this is going to harm Anna Kendrick. That's her co-star in Simple Favor 2. And essentially, and I've actually been reading this, Anna Kendrick is very upset with how this has been handled. Obviously, she knows it's going to impact the success of the movie, something that she doesn't deserve. And she basically is upset because Blake Lively apparently fought for top billing in this film. And these are things that we don't even consider as the public, but even when you see a movie poster, that's a fight between people of who's going to be on the movie poster, who's going to be presented as a star of this film, what level are they going to be on, how small is the picture going to be on. And now that we know that Blake Lively is quite aggressive in general during these movie negotiations, it was revealed that she was similarly aggressive about the Simple Favor 2, and she wanted to be
authorship. Let's not forget authorship. Now, remember again when she said she wants to be involved in this and that. Let's maybe, just maybe, rumor or story will reveal that even the wardrobe, maybe she also styled herself in the wardrobe. Maybe, just maybe. What do you think? Do you think she will style herself in the wardrobe? Because somebody that loves authorship like this,
quite aggressive in general during these movie negotiations, it was revealed that she was similarly aggressive about the Simple Favor 2, and she wanted to be featured prominently. And I'm sure maybe she would have had a different opinion about that if she had known which way this Justin Baldoni suit was going to go in terms of the public. But she is indeed now due to, you want to be front facing, you have to be front facing, and she is going to have to walk the red carpet. Now, listen, I want to be clear. They will prepare for that a million different ways. They will tell journalists what they can and cannot ask. Her PR firm will only walk her up to certain friendly journalists. So this apprehension is kind of, like I said, just trying to make people feel bad. And like, I think it's kind of perfect karma that now there's this apparent friction between her and Anna Kendrick, like real friction with her co-star, because she wanted Blake Lively to address her ongoing battle with Baldoni. And she could have pulled out of this lawsuit a long time ago. They're already taking it way too far. There obviously now is this big elephant that's in the room that no one wants to acknowledge, and they're going to walk this red carpet and not acknowledge it unless, of course, Ryan Reynolds walks the red carpet with her and makes a couple of Ryan Reynolds jokes, a couple of Deadpool jokes. jokes in his perfect style. My guess is she's not going to bring him because he's almost more disliked than she is, and that her promo game is just to pretend that she's really scared of the public now, when she was the person who initially wanted all of this to be publicized because she was so confident in her power and her husband's power when it came.
Of course, because the both of them, they are alike. So, see, I just hope and pray that this A Simple Favor too does not have any drama following it. I'm just praying for the sake of other sanity. Oh, there shouldn't be any sort of drama attached to it. What do you think?
Down to It Ends With Us. Speaking of which, a filing which the public is not reporting on just yet, it looks like Justin's team has responded now to Sloan PR. So Sloan PR, just to bring you up that chart again, is the PR firm that has been repping Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for like a decade, which made those text messages that Ryan Reynolds sent so funny. Like, hey, it's Leslie. Hey, Leslie, don't worry. I won't do or say anything about Justin Baldoni. That's not what we want. We don't want any publicity. It was like so fake to me. It looked totally like doctored messages ahead of them dropping the New York Times article so that they could say they had nothing to do with it. Obviously, it looks like they had plenty to do with it. And so anyways, the Sloan parties want out. And if you're paying attention to these legal arguments that are being made, they're essentially making this argument that like trade secrets could be exposed if they were subpoenaed. And Brian Friedman's team has been like, what trade secrets are you so concerned are going to be exposed? Like the trade secret that you helped plant an article in the New York Times and it was nasty. Is it going to be like trade secrets of text messages between you and Blake and speaking about Taylor Swift and laughing? Like, what are we going to see that are the trade secrets that are going to be exposed? So they have been trying to quietly exit this lawsuit by basically saying, we're not needed here. We're just the PR firm. And it's like, actually, this entire lawsuit, as Judge Lehman accurately pointed out yesterday, comes down to PR. Like, you're not getting out of this lawsuit.
Because explain to me how this and the PRO, they're not the same. Because most likely, we're talking about celebrity, right? And celebrities are worried about their public image and their public persona. So they need PRO to control that, for them to have the likable persona, right? But PRO want to excuse yourself. Have your job been excused? Eh? Have they relieved you of your job? You were there when the going was going, and you don't want to follow them to go to the go. No, you will go. You will let that ship land.
I'm saying this obviously with absolutely no authority, but like I said, judging on his statements yesterday, Judge Lehman saying that this is coming down to PR people, I highly doubt that they are going to allow them to wiggle their way out of this, nor should they. And so in their response to Leslie saying, we want to be dropped from this because we're women, she keeps making these weird feminist weak arguments. Wayfarer parties wrote this. They wrote the conspirators, referring to first aim to win plaintiff Blake Lively total control over the film. So he's like, Leslie Sloan, you are implicated in trying to get her the control that she wanted over the film. It Ends With Us by means of extortionate threats to go public with her baseless claims of sexual harassment. That effort wholly succeeded. Having seized complete creative control over the film and its marketing, Lively had only herself and her publicist, Leslie Sloan, and Sloan's company, Vision PR Incorporated, to blame when her disastrously tone-deaf marketing efforts for the film plowed her public reputation straight into the ground. In a desperate effort to salvage Lively's reputation and to escape her wrath, the Sloan parties conspired with Lively and consolidated defendants Ryan Reynolds and the New York Times Company to make scapegoats of the Wayfarer parties for Lively's woes. On information and belief, the Sloan parties worked for months to drop breadcrumbs and hints of sinister allegations to the public while secretly feeding defamatory falsehoods to any reporter who would listen, including Megan Twohey of the New York Times. As a direct result of the actions of the Sloan parties and their co-conspirators, the Wayfarer parties have been damaged beyond measure. Their reputations are destroyed, their businesses lie in tatters, and their own film was taken from them. These are the facts underpinning the Wayfarer parties' allegations against the Sloan parties, and this is what the evidence will prove at trial. The motion should therefore be denied in its entirety, or in the alternative, the court should grant the Wayfarer parties leave to amend their First Amendment complaint and allow them to move forward with holding the Sloan parties to account for their part in Lively's malicious and calculated scheme. I mean, it's so well said. It would be insane to let them out of this lawsuit. And they are correct. There were all these breadcrumbs first. It's how the public even found out that there was drama. And Leslie Sloan has very strong connections at TMZ at Page 6. And she basically planted all of these ideas. That's what it looks like to me, that people didn't like him on set, and there was a reason that everybody had mass unfollowed him in the Taylor Swift move, and that there were allegations of HR complaints. All of that was happening leading up to it, and there's no way that Blake Lively was communicating directly with these journalists. That's the reason that you have a PR firm in the first place. And so that filing is happening. I think Brian Friedman's team has made a very strong argument for why they shouldn't be dropped, but we will continue to monitor all of that.
So you see, tell me how a a celebrity for that matter, is trying to give the to tell the public, you in your own church mind, you know that you're going through whatever. You want the public to believe your story, but you don't even believe your story, and then talk about the PR mess or whatever. They want to be excused. Now that the legal battle, everything is going on, isn't also the PRO job to make Blake Lively still look good and whatever? Because who will want a bad image or bad publicity as a celebrity? Even us as individual, regular individuals, we don't even want that. Then you say celebrity. Calm down now, sister girl. What are you doing? Are you playing? Are you playing? Have your job finished? Because during the everything and whatever, who first brought the story online? Because let me get this straight, nobody would have known. Because see, that is the reason why people will say, oh, the walls have ears. The wall does not have ears. If you did not tell somebody your story that have leaky mouth, nobody will hear your story. But you told somebody your story, maybe the person told somebody else, and then somebody told somebody that potentially decided to expose it. So when talk about the walls have ears, the walls are just here. The walls can't speak. It is only human being that can speak. Therefore, who leaked the story, or who first came to the public to tell the public about the ongoing feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Who did? With your church mind, answer the question. The Blake Lively team, PRO team, answer the question. Then we'll start from there. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I would love you to share in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.